So it really helped us to create like a baby diaper changing station, one dedicated area which had all the things that you quickly need to change the baby's diaper, especially in the first couple of months when the baby is not rolling off. A diaper changing station at a hip level was quite useful. So I have a diaper changing mat that I purchased from IKEA, which I found to be inexpensive when compared to the other things that were available in the market. It was just 1500 rupees. So even if I use it for the first 3 months of her life, that's 500 a month, that's okay. I'll feel like I got my money back. And a diaper changing mat to go on top. This also I purchased from IKEA. I suppose you can also order something like that from firstcry.com or the various online websites for children. A laundry basket close by and a dustbin. The laundry basket is for just quickly disposing of any cloth diapers or the inserts that go into it. A dustbin is for the diapers which are disposable. We were recommended by the pediatrician to avoid using wet wipes or water wipes, even if it was like the 99% water variety. So we just have cotton balls or surgical cotton and a bowl of water. I did buy some water wipes or wet wipes for the situations when we are going out and we need to keep something in the diaper bag. It's less cumbersome and it's only for those few occasions, so I think it should be okay. Apart from that, it's good to have a diaper rash cream. I use the one from Desitin. A&D is also a good brand. A diaper bag is also a very useful thing to have. It makes it easy to just grab and go when you're going on those hospital visits or meeting your pediatricians in the first few weeks. If you're into cloth diapering, then cloth nappies or reusable diapers are great things to invest in. Super Bottoms, Bumpadum, many other brands where you can buy cloth diapers, and these are actually quite efficient because they have these inserts which can absorb about 2 or 3 susus and still stay dry, and you can quickly wash them and they come back and they dry very quickly. So it makes you feel better so that you're not using disposable diapers. A couple of other things that really came handy are quick dry sheets and a plastic sheet. Quick dry sheets are good to just keep under the baby. When you're cloth diapering the baby, they dry very fast in case she pees or poops. You can just take it off and wash it and comes back really quick. And a plastic sheet was also very useful, especially when we massaged the baby or when we wanted to change her diaper and she would suddenly pee. These things are very easy to clean and can be reused. One thing that's really essential in our weather with our mosquito situation is a good mosquito net or a co-sleeper with a mosquito net on top. I found the mosquito net with the little umbrella opening closing mechanism to be the most effective because my baby still sleeps on the bed with us and we have a little section cordoned off for the baby. The co-sleeper with the mosquito net, you can just put it on top with a little zipper or elastic. They're not very expensive. I personally did not like it because I found the bed part of it to be a little uneven and my baby was rolling off to the side. A co-sleeper is also a very useful thing. We did not invest in one. I found them to be very expensive and my friends told me that once the baby starts rolling over, they're essentially useless. But I think that it might be a good thing to buy for the first couple of months because it's recommended that you keep the baby involved in a part of the house where everybody is doing their work. You just let the baby be and do her thing and everybody in the house is doing their thing, and that's a very healthy atmosphere to create. So a co-sleeper or a baby nest kind of a thing is very useful to just pick and keep, and then you leave the baby there. It has those little barricades around. You know that the baby is safe. Another essential, very essential thing that I found extremely useful was a baby car seat. I thought that baby car seats are usually for toddlers or kids who are a little older than baby size, obviously, but when the few trips that we made to the hospital with the baby, I found it very difficult to use a carrier because she was so tiny and she would kind of slip in and out, or she didn't like being covered so much. It is quite hot in Hyderabad, so a baby carrier didn't work very well for me. A car seat for a newborn baby was a really good buy, especially because it doubles as a rocker and also as a little basket where you just keep the baby and we take her around and then you just plug it into that contraption that goes in the car, and it has a little hood on top. It also protects the baby from sun. So I got a car seat from R for Rabbit, which was less than 5,000 rupees, and I thought it was a good buy. And then a few more things that are optional in my opinion for the first couple of months at least is a crib, because once the baby starts rolling over, you don't feel very comfortable keeping the baby on the bed. Crib with those four sides protected is a much more effective solution. A stroller, if you're the kind who likes to take an evening walk with your baby. The first couple of weeks, obviously your baby is really tiny, so this is not essentially a newborn essential, but it can be helpful in time. A baby carrier and baby wearing is highly recommended. I recommend Soul Slings. They have a carrier which is really nice, and it doubles as a newborn baby carrier as well as for much later when your baby is a little bigger. This section is for nursing if you are into breastfeeding your child. In the initial couple of weeks, breastfeeding can be very stressful, and it can be very elusive also. You don't know what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right, if your baby is getting enough milk, or if the latch is correct, or if your position is fine. And if everything is fine, you might feel uncomfortable or develop some kind of back pain or shoulder pain. I had all those things, so I thought I'd create another separate section with things that are essential for nursing your newborn baby. A nursing pillow was very essential for me, at least, because the baby was so tiny, and I usually did a football hold or a cross cradle hold. You can look up these on YouTube to understand what I'm talking about. So a feeding pillow is very useful to keep my baby on and feed her. And a feeding chair was something that came very handy. It still is very handy for me as a 2-month-old mother. I got mine from IKEA, which was this really nice wing-backed large chair with a footstool that matched, and I put a big cushion in it, and I was super comfortable. Even when I was pregnant, 9 months pregnant, it was great for me to sit and watch TV on, and once I delivered, it served as a great feeding chair. And my husband always hijacks that chair, and he sits and likes to read on it, so I think I'll get another one very soon. For breastfeeding, sore nipples or nipple cracks are like the biggest suckers. It really hurts. So I found nipple cream from Lancino to be a very useful one. You also have Nip Care, which is much more available in medical stores, but Lancino was a much nicer brand because of the consistency of the lanolin, and it did not stain my clothes too much when compared to Nip Care. They say that you can also use just ghee or express some breast milk and apply it, and that's also very soothing. Then nursing pads or breast pads are also very useful. If you're the kind that has leaky breasts or you have excessive lactation and the milk flows out, a breast pad is quite useful to protect your clothes. Another thing that I found very useful in the first couple of weeks were breast shells. It's like a cup with a little rubber or a silicone cover and with a little hole in the middle. When I was feeding in the beginning, it was very sensitive for me. I didn't want clothes to rub on top of them. I was just so uncomfortable in the beginning with the whole situation that these breast shells really helped. I would just put them on as soon as I finished feeding. I would put some cream, wear my clothes back on, and that way the cream would not stick to the clothes, and also it would stay on nipple for some time and moisturize it back to normal state, and also avoid the rubbing of clothes till the skin went back to normal. They do collect the milk if you're leaking, and it can spill over if you bend, so these are recommended to be used only when you're at home and not when you go outside. But given the first couple of weeks with a newborn baby, I doubt you will go out. And some comfortable nursing bras, maternity wear like nighties, night dresses, or just front opening kurta, long big shirts, or just a t-shirt or sari. All these kind of clothes are great for feeding your child, and I recommend you buy something like that beforehand when you're pregnant, because if you buy like a bunch of clothes when you're pregnant, you won't get to use them once you deliver, and then you have like so many clothes all of a sudden which are not being used. So look out for things that open in the front or which double as nursing wear once you start feeding your baby. Another thing that really helps was pumping, so a breast pump, a sterilizer, sterilizer, milk bottles are the basic essential things that go when you get into the whole pumping aspect of breastfeeding. I'm using the Spectra USA Baby Breast Pump, which is a dual breast pump. I'm using the Komotoma milk bottles and a sterilizer from Event. I've done a video on my Instagram earlier talking about the breastfeeding essentials. I will tag that in the video here. So that was the newborn essentials video, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any more recommendations or additions to the list or subtractions even, feel free to share it in the comment section below. Share it with your friends who are going to have babies very soon. Do like, and yes, subscribe to my channel for more content on baby stuff, good DIYs, and I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer, so I also share a lot of content related to my dancing. Thank you and have a wonderful day.